Welcome to Mr. Saleh Al-Ali's 6th grade class. We are beginning Lesson 2, found on pages 15 through 18 of your textbook, to explore the essential language of history. Imagine trying to read a 1,000-page book where the text runs together into a single, endless blur. There are no chapters, no paragraph breaks, and no page numbers to guide your eyes. Human history can look exactly like that structureless book. We are dealing with millions of individual days and thousands of events occurring all at once across the globe. To manage this, historians use a specific system of measurements to divide time into segments. This allows us to group years together and see patterns that would otherwise be hidden. These measurements provide the framework necessary to begin organizing those millions of disparate events into a sequence we can actually study. The smallest building block is the decade, or al-act, spanning exactly 10 years. When 10 decades are grouped, they form a century, or al-qarn, giving us a 100-year unit. You can quickly identify a year's century with a simple calculation. Take the year 1319 Hijri. Set aside the tens and ones, and look at the hundreds, the 13. Add 1 to that number, making 1319 the 14th century. The same applies to 1352 Hijri. Take the 13, add 1, and it also falls in the 14th century. Establishing these measurable blocks of tens and hundreds is the mandatory first step. It allows historians to move toward categorizing much larger periods based on cultural and political shifts. Those larger groupings are called eras, or asur. Instead of relying on strict math, an era is defined by the major events or specific ruling states that characterize a long chapter of time. Our historical map begins with the era of the Prophet, followed by the Rashidun Caliphate, which set the initial boundaries for Islamic history. Following this is the Umayyad era, from 41 to 132 Hijri. It is marked by state expansion and distinct architecture, like the Umayyad Mosque. The Abbasid era followed, running from 132 to 656 Hijri, introducing new imperial centers and iconic structures like the spiral Malwiya minaret in Samarra. By placing these eras onto a timeline, we can see how centuries of complex history are organized into distinct, manageable chapters. This same system applies as we move toward the modern age to organize the chapters of the Saudi states. The first Saudi state provides the foundation for this modern history, centered in the At-Taraif district of Diriyah. In 1319 Hijri, the recovery of Riyadh provided the momentum and the territory needed to begin the unification process. This era of unification continued through the 14th century Hijri, leading to the formal establishment of the modern Saudi state by King Abdulaziz Al Saud. Today, the Al-Masmak Fortress stands as the physical record of this specific chapter in the nation's history. Utilizing the concept of eras allows us to see how the modern nation was built sequentially upon the historical layers that came before it. Our completed timeline now shows the full picture. Decades grouped into centuries, and centuries forming the Umayyad, Abbasid, and Saudi eras. Understanding these terms allows you to situate any historical event within its broader cultural and political context. To Mr. Saleh's class, these dates and eras are the structural markers of our past, showing exactly how each chapter led into the next.